Life of crime isn't easy, and it becomes even more dangerous when dogs are involved. Today, we take a look at moments where thieves and robbers were stopped in their tracks, not by police, but by loyal and fearless dogs. Some of these criminals were lucky enough to escape with nothing more than a scare. Others, however, weren't so fortunate, facing the sharp teeth and powerful instincts of protective animals determined to defend their homes and owners. From small guard dogs that chase intruders away, to highly trained canines that bring down armed criminals. These stories prove one thing: when you choose the path of crime, man's best friend might just become your worst nightmare. Before doing their actions, thieves will first surveil and spy on their target house. They are very cautious. Even the slightest sound can thwart their burglary attempts, but suddenly amazing, isn't it? Even a small pet can prevent crime and thievery. This man entered someone's garage and wanted to steal things from the car, but the car owner's dog startled him and chased the thief away. The thief left empty-handed. This thief attempted to force open a gate leading to a house in Vietnam. He lifted the entire metal gate, but as soon as the dog barked, he started to panic, and the gate fell on him. It was reported that his leg was broken. Well, he received his punishment for the crime before even committing it. This is a very embarrassing incident that happened in Teresina, Brazil. The robber was a highly experienced individual who had stolen several times around his residence, but he was taken by surprise due to the sudden attack by an unusual god. The homeowners woke up in the middle of the night and checked their kitchen. They were surprised because the thief, without any shame, said, "Your dog is biting me. Take me to the hospital." The owners thought the thief was crazy and immediately chased him out of the house. Good job to the dog for biting the intruder right on the arm. We spot our intruder under a tree getting absolutely swarmed by two dogs. He's having a hard time managing them both as they're biting his arm and shredding his clothes. The poor guy is flailing around trying to shake them off, but these dogs are on a mission. He's losing more clothes by the second, with the dog showing no signs of letting up. It's like a scene from a cartoon. Every time he tries to push one dog away, the other one lunges at him. His shirt is already in tatters, and his pants aren't faring much better. He's struggling to pull up what's left of his pants and make a break for a nearby concrete wall, hoping to gain some height advantage. He's swatting at the dogs, but they can still reach him. He's desperate for help, but it's clear he needs to get to safety first. Finally, with one last burst of energy, he scrambles up and climbs the nearby tree, catching his breath. The intruder tries a different tactic, with the dog hoping to come off as friendly and avoid a fight with the home guardian. He sneaks into the house he's planning to rob, and is greeted by a Great Dane, trying to act non-threatening, while inching his way to the next room as he carefully crosses the hallway. The homeowner appears clearly distressed and starts yelling at the intruder. The Great Dane, picking up on the owner's fear, suddenly realizes what's going on and turns on the intruder, jumping up and getting right in his face now. In a frantic scramble, the man desperately tries to fend off the dog and make a run for it. He manages to dash out the door just in time, with the homeowner slamming it shut behind him. Meanwhile, the Great Dane continues to bark ferociously at the retreating intruder, making it clear that this house is off limits. In this video, we see a man sneaking around a house, searching for a way to get inside as he's scouting for an entry point. The property's guard dog comes charging around the corner and leaps straight into action, jumping on the unwelcome guest without hesitation, even when the intruder tries to punch the dog in the head. The determined canine doesn't back down. The dog tackles the wannabe robber to the ground and holds on tight. The man struggles to push him off but isn't having much success. Somehow he manages to get up and starts to run away, but the dog is right on his heels, not giving him a moment's peace. Meanwhile, two smaller dogs are standing around watching the commotion without getting involved. They seem content to let the big dog handle the situation while they stay out of the fray. The struggle continues all around the dusty yard, with the intruder unable to shake off the persistent dog. Every time he thinks he's found a way out, the dog is there, making sure this intruder won't be causing any more trouble. Dealing with one angry dog is tough, but dealing with two at the same time is a whole lot harder. As we can see here, the burglar jumps over the yard wall and prepares to drop down, but he finds trouble fast. Two dogs immediately latch onto his legs, biting and pulling him to the ground. The man is obviously in a lot of pain as he tries every trick in the book to get rid of these dogs. He punches, grabs, and kicks in a desperate attempt to fend them off, but the dogs refuse to back down their teeth, sink deeper into his legs, causing him to cry out in agony. But the dogs aren't backing off that easily. They're determined to make sure this intruder remembers this encounter. Sometimes even a small dog is enough to discourage the would-be thieves. Here we can see a man trying to steal a bike, a plan which quickly turns to dust as a puppy runs out and starts barking at the man, realizing that the noise will surely alert anyone nearby. The man hastily retreats from the scene, abandoning his attempt to steal the bike. The little puppy, its tiny frame filled with courage, continues to bark defiantly, ensuring the intruder makes a swift exit. A man is trespassing in the middle of the night, but the message from the owner's dogs couldn't be clearer. He's not welcome here. The man finds himself completely overwhelmed by the dogs, who waste no time in asserting their territory. They bark fiercely and nip at his heels, leaving him scrambling to defend himself. He desperately pleads with the owner to call off his vigilant canines.
Clearly unprepared for the pain and chaos they're causing. Finally, managing to escape the yard, he collapses in agony against a nearby car, desperately trying to regain his composure. The owner, still wary and firm, urges him to leave before the dogs get another chance to teach him a lesson.
Get out of here! Go! I'm letting the dogs out unless you get out of here!
As he gathers himself, the owner tosses him the bag. He dropped inside the yard, a final reminder of his failed mission. After an ordeal like this, it's safe to say, won't be attempting another late-night adventure. Anytime soon, the dogs have made sure of their territorial defense, leaving a lasting impression on the intruder. In this next video, we see a masked intruder hanging from a roof, desperately trying to avoid the Rottweiler below him. The dog is jumping up, attempting to grab him and stop his escape. The man eventually loses his grip and falls to the ground, and the dog is on him, and an instant struggle ensues with the intruder. And the dog wrestling on the floor. The man uses his legs to push the dog away, but the determined Rottweiler keeps coming back. Eventually, the dog's owner shows up and calls off the dog. The intruder, clearly shaken and battered, has certainly learned his lesson. If he ever thinks of trying something like this again, he'll make sure to avoid houses guarded by dogs. Watch what happens to this man when he tries to steal the product. A man thought he was clever. He grabbed a product and tried to run away, but what he didn't know, the security system had already locked the door. His escape was impossible, caught in the act, trapped with no way out. A delivery boy walks up to the house. He places the parcel carefully at the gate, just like he's supposed to. But then, he looks around, checks if anyone's watching, and quickly picks it back up. Instead of delivering, he steals the package he was meant to bring. It was supposed to be a special day.
Well, it was
My birthday.
actually my birthday present.
But the gift I was waiting for never reached me. On Monday, in Scarborough's Cliffside community, my delivery arrived. But I never got it. Instead, my security camera, triggered by motion, sent me these images. A woman walking her small dog, seen taking my package right off the porch and running away. What should have been a moment of happiness turned into disappointment. All because someone decided to steal what wasn't theirs. A delivery boy placed a parcel at the gate and left. Moments later, a thief ran in, grabbed the package, and took off. But another man, chasing him, wasn't ready to let him escape. He ran after the thief, fighting to stop him. One parcel, one thief, and one brave man who refused to stay silent.